right, guys. So we got to talk about the current online civil war to get black men to vote for Kamala Harris. Okay, ever since Obama came out and tried to shame black men into voting for Kamala Harris because
Rebuke.
she's black. Okay, and if you don't vote for her, then you are a sexist. Okay, the brothers got to
Crazy.
vote for the sisters. Got to
Crazy.
support sisters, right? Soul
Crazy.
sister number one, Kamala Harris, right? The Indian woman. Okay, yeah. A lot of black men have spoken out about this and
Yeah.
said that, hey, we do not want to be forced to vote for Kamala Harris. Okay?
Facts.
We want to try something different. Black
Yep.
people have been voting for Democrats at a 90+% clip
Yep.
since the Civil Rights Act of
Yep.
1964. And we
Nuts.
it said, hey, we do not want to be forced to vote for Kamala Harris. Okay, we want to try something.
This race loyalty, this racial loyalty, this racial idolatry is over. The days of voting for a person just because he or she is a POC or a D are over.
It said, hey, we do not
OVA.
want to be forced to vote for Kamala Harris. Okay, we want to try something different. Black people have been voting for Democrats at a 90+% clip since the Civil Rights Act of 1964, and we really have not gotten good results to show for it, right? So maybe it's time to try something different. Okay, we
To
all
switch.
know that under Trump's economy, okay, that under Trump's leadership, that this country was in a much better place, not just for black men, but for
All
everybody.
people.
Okay?
All people.
But that does not stop
All
Kamala stands
people.
from coming out here and trying to fearmonger people with propaganda like, for example,
Hogwash.
Project 2025. Take a look. Not stop Kamala stands from coming out here and trying
Lick
to fearmonger
spittles.
people
Lick
with
spittles.
propaganda like, for example, Project 2025. Take a look.
OMG! This Project 2025 is scarier than I thought. These creators have...
Yeah, the way she's saying that is crazy, bro. Yeah. What she said is crazy too. Yeah. Yeah, bro. She does not really believe this nonsense to be true. She really does not believe this nonsense to be true. This lady does not really believe this nonsense to be true. Yeah. This lady is shielding, bro. A puppet. Shielding. A puppet. A drone. A pawn. It is crazy, bro.
OMG! This Project 2025 is scarier than I thought. These creators have been thinking long and hard about disenfranchising folks, and on day one, they will do it. Agenda number 2, dismantle the administrative state and return self-governance to the American people. According to Kevin Roberts, the president of the Heritage Foundation, they must muzzle woke propaganda at every level of government. The DOJ would serve the needs of the president and not the people. On day one, he could make unions illegal and then proceed to fire federal workers without cause. They would then be replaced by loyalists to do the president's bidding. They want to close federal agencies that reflect the woke culture. Homeland Security, EPA, FEMA, and the Department of Education are all on the chopping block. They want to privatize the VA, TSA, HUD, and the CDC. And the Human Health Services would be legally empowered to track women. That's TM and none of your damn business, right? OMG! Call me crazy, but the woke culture that they seem to hate is everybody who isn't a white heterosexual man with Christian.
Yeah. Please, bro. Please.
Call me crazy, but the woke culture that they seem to hate is everybody who isn't a white heterosexual male with Christian leaning.
No. Bunk. Rubbish. No. Woke is anybody who is the Lulu, truly the Lulu, and radical. Anybody who is truly the Lulu, radical, bigoted, and intolerant. Anybody who is soft, weak, fragile, invertebrate, averse to truth, radical, and intolerant is woke. Anybody who is woke, meant to say anybody who is soft, weak, fragile, averse to truth, bigoted, radical, and intolerant is woke. Race does not race. A person's race does not matter. A person's sex matters not. A person's religion does not matter. A person's religion matters not. Yeah. Sis, she must chill with the race baiting, the goofiness, the trashness, the mendacity, the deceit, the trickery, the manipulation, the trickery. She must cease the trickery. She must cease the trickery. She must cease the trickery. It is not. It is indubitably unlaudable. It is indubitably unlaudable. It is indubitably unlaudable. It is indubitably unlaudable and evil.
Me crazy, but the woke culture that they seem to hate
won't say she is crazy, but will say she is the Lulu.
Me crazy, but
deluded,
the that they seem to
brainwashed.
Hate is everybody who isn't a white heterosexual male with Christian leaning. They want to go back to the time when the white man ruled and everything was stacked in their favor.
Please.
Heterosexual male with Christian leanings.
No.
They want to go back to the time when the white man ruled and everything was stacked in their favor, while everybody else suffered in silence and knew their place. OMG! Can't we all just get along? If we don't vote for Kamala and vote blue up and down the ticket, America will be Trumpland and he will rule. Everybody else suffered in silence and knew their place. OMG! Can't we all just get along? If we don't vote heterosexual male with Christian leanings. They want to go back to the time when the white man ruled and everything was stacked in their favor, while everybody else suffered in silence and knew their place. OMG! Can't we all just get along?
That is what I ask. But these people, the wokes, they don't truly want to they don't truly want the true they don't truly want unity of all groups. They want to perpetuate hatred, bigotry, and hatefulness. They say they hate bigotry, but they label everybody who dissents a racist, bigot, a devil, a phobe. It is craziness, bro. They profess to be virtuous. They profess to be virtuous. They profess to be virtuous. They profess to be virtuous, but they are not. In reality, they profess to be virtuous. They profess to be virtuous, but they are not. In reality, they profess to be virtuous, but they are not. In reality, they are not. In reality, it is trash. It is truly trash. Truly trash. It is truly trash. It is truly trash. Yeah. Yeah. They want to be mad at everything. They want to equate everything they don't like to hatred. They want to equate everything they don't like to hatred. They want to equate everything they don't like to hatred. They want to equate everything they don't like to hatred. They want to equate everything they don't like to hatred. They want to equate everything they don't like to hatred. They want to equate everything they don't like to hatred. They want to be eternal Vix. They just want to be eternal Vix. They just want to be eternal Vix. Sad. Very sad. Very sad. It is very sad. It is very sad. It is truly very sad. It is truly very sad.
Everybody else suffered in silence and knew their place. OMG! Can't we all just get along? If we don't vote for Kamala and vote blue up and down the ticket, America will be Trumpland, and he will rule for the rest of his life.
Cap.
But who am I? I'm just a crazy black woman.
Yeah. So.
Crazy. Crazy.
This is the type of propaganda they're putting out, okay?
Yep.
No doubt in my mind, probably, allegedly, paid Kamala Harris operative, okay, to put out that type of propaganda. In my opinion, that type of propaganda, I mean, let's be honest, the things that she was saying sounded pretty good to me, right? This is the crazy part about it, right? The more I listen to the propaganda, I'm like, you know, these seem to be very good reasons to vote for Trump, right? You know, I feel like I kind of agree with a lot of these things. But anyway, you have a rapper by the name of Lord Jamar who's speaking out, okay? Because
Brand
not everybody is
Nubian.
falling for this propaganda, especially the fear-mongering, right? He's saying, listen, we are not going to be fear-mongering into voting for Kamala Harris this time around. And he went on record to express why he may vote for Trump because of all the fear-mongering. And I found the way he articulated this to be perfect. And I want to talk about it, but before we get into it, we have to have a word.
Act like Trump is the worst.
Investments.com. Now that is NobleGoInvestments.com. And just remember, there's a risk with every investment, and there's no guarantee of any kind.
People want to act like Trump is the worst motherfucker in the world, but guess what? He was already president. All the shit you're talking about didn't happen. He didn't make.
Yeah, he cooked. Yeah, we don't agree on a lot, but when he discussed this, he cooked. Yeah. Lord, he said a lot of crazy things. Yeah, he did a lot of race baiting in the past. He said crazy stuff when he discussed Marshall, aka M. When he Lord, he said a lot of crazy things when he discussed Marshall, aka M. Yo, it's goofy stuff, bro. But he cooked in this part. He cooked. That is the truth. He cooked when he said the bad things that the wokes said were going to happen did not happen when DJT was in office. Lord cooked when he said the bad things the wokes said were going to happen under DJT did not happen. Lord cooked. He did keep it a buck. He kept it a buck. He kept it a buck. Lord kept it a buck. He bravely kept it a buck. Lord bravely kept it a buck. Lord bravely kept It's a buck.
People want to act like Trump is the worst mother in the world, but guess what? He was already president, and all the shit
Word.
you're talking about didn't happen. He didn't make himself a dictator.
Facts.
And this whole shit about he's gonna make himself a dictator is really taken so out of context that it's ridiculous.
Yeah, they distort the truth to fit the narrative. The nasty people do that. The truly nasty, disreputable people. The truly nasty and truly disreputable people engage in that behavior. They do engage in that behavior.
A dictator.
Whack.
And this whole
Whack.
shit about he's gonna make himself a dictator is really taken so out of context that it's ridiculous. He said he'd make himself a dictator on the first day, you know, to do implement some shit, and then, you know, if that was, trust me,
A joke.
It was not.
I said this so many times before. I said this so many times before. DJT was being sarcastic. DJT was being sarcastic.
But seriously,
When
you know, to do
when he DJT also said jokingly that he will weaponize the DOJ against his political rivals. That was a joke too. When he said jokingly that he will weaponize the DOJ. He said jokingly that he will weaponize the DOJ. He said jokingly that he will weaponize the DOJ. He said jokingly that he will weaponize the DOJ against his political rivals. People must chill.
taken so out of context that it's ridiculous. He said he'd make himself a dictator on the first day, you know, to implement some shit, and then, you know, if that was, trust me, said tongue in cheek. It was not said seriously. Y'all already living in Project 2024. Okay, you worried about Project 2025 when they already ran Project 2020 on you with this pandemic and all that bullshit. Like, what the are y'all really talking about? Y'all trying to act like scare me into thinking that he's so bad that I should just vote for this boy just because. But guess what? I feel that
Lord, he is pissed. He should be pissed. Every black man should be pissed because what BO did was truly condescending, bro. Every black man, every black man, every black man should be pissed, enraged, because what BO did was truly condescending and crazy, bro. He thinks he can coerce people, black men, into blindly voting KH just because she's a lady and a POC. That is cooked. Yo, every black man should be pissed because what BO did was truly condescending. Every black man should be pissed because what BO did was truly condescending and crazy. Yeah. BO thinks he can coerce black men into blindly voting KH just because she's a lady and a POC. He thinks he can coerce black men into blindly voting KH. He thinks he can coerce black men into blindly voting KH just because she's a lady and a POC. That is cooked.
Well, they already ran Project 2020 on you.
Yo, the ego, the hubris,
like,
the
what the f are y'all really even talking? Well, they already ran Project 2020 on you with the scandemic.
the
and all
ego
that
is
like
odious.
What y'all really even talking about? Y'all trying to act like scare me into thinking that he's so bad that I should just vote for this broad. Like, what the f are y'all really even talking about? Y'all trying to act like scare me into thinking that he's so bad that I should just vote for this broad just because. But guess
Crazy.
what? I feel that she's so bad. She's the one
Words.
that scares me. So I feel that she's so bad that guess
Facts.
what? I might just go.
They say real. They say fake love is worse than real hate. They say fake love is worse than real hate. They say fake love. They say fake love is worse than real hate. They say fake love is worse than real hate. That is a real quote.
So I feel that
KH pretends.
I might just go.
She pretends to be for
and this is my first time.
the POC groups, the blacks, the chicks, the gays. Yeah, but she is true. She is indubitably fake. She is indubitably fake. She doesn't have the best interests of these groups. She doesn't KH doesn't have the best interests of these groups. This lady doesn't have the best interests of these groups. She doesn't have the best interests of these groups.
So I feel that she's so bad that guess what? I might just go around and vote for Trump. And this is my first time saying this out. Thinking that he's so bad that I should just vote for this broad just because. But guess what? I feel that she's so bad. She's the one that scares me. So I feel that she's so bad that guess what? I might just go around and vote for Trump.
Do it. Don't let anybody preclude you. If you want to do that, do that. This is this we live in the US, so you can do what you want to do. Vote for who you want to vote for. Do not let anybody preclude you.
So I
Don't
feel that she's so bad that guess what? I might
do
just
not
go around and vote for
let
Trump.
anybody make you feel bad. Do not let anybody make you feel bad.
Already ran Project 2020 on you with the scandemic and all that bullshit for Trump. And this is my first time saying this out loud. But y'all
Lord
shame somebody or
is
bully them to
MAGA.
vote for this? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And
The
now
brand
you're gonna make me be Mr.
Nubian
Anti.
rapper,
You keep coming at
the
me with this
rap
bullshit. You keep coming at me
legend,
talking about,
the rap
"Oh, it's a
legend,
shame that you're not supporting
the rap legend,
Trump."
the rap
And this is my first time
legend
saying this out loud.
from
But y'all motherfuckers
New York,
gonna shame somebody or
the
bully
rap
them into voting for this?
legend from
Absolutely not.
the rap
Absolutely
legend
not.
from
And
New York
now you're gonna
is
make me be Mr. Anti.
MAGA.
You keep coming at me with this bullshit. Now you're gonna make me absolutely. So I feel that she's so bad that guess what?
Don't know
I
if
might
he
just
will vote.
around and vote for
Don't know if he will follow through and vote DJT. We will see.
into thinking that he's so bad that I should just vote
People-
for this broad.
People
Just
say
because.
things,
Guess
but
what? I feel that
don't
she's so bad.
follow through. People,
She's
certain
the one
people
that
say
scares me.
things,
So I
but
feel that she's
don't
so bad.
follow
Guess
through.
what?
Certain people say things, but don't follow through. Certain people say things, but don't follow through. So we will see.
Y'all trying to act like scare me into thinking that he's. So I feel that she's so.
Not the biggest fan of Lord because of the race baiting he did for so many years. Yeah. He's a skilled artist. Yes. He's skilled, but but the race baiting is goofy, trash, to be detested, to be detested, to be detested, to be detested. Facts. Not the biggest fan of Lord because of the race baiting he did for so many years. Not a big fan of Lord because of the race baiting he did for so many years. Not a big fan, not a big fan of Lord's for the race baiting he did for so many years. Not a big fan of Lord's because of the race baiting he did for so many years. Not a big fan of Lord's because of the race baiting he did for so many years. Not a big fan of Lord's because of the race baiting he did for so many years. Not a big fan of Lord's because of the race baiting he did for so many years, but he cooked in this part. Facts.
Guess what? I feel that she's so bad. She's the one that scares me. So I feel that she's so bad that guess what? I might just go around and vote for Trump. And this is my first time saying this out loud. But y'all mother think you're gonna shame somebody or bully into voting for this? Absolutely not.
Crazy.
Absolutely not. And now you're gonna make me be Mr. Anti. You keep coming at me with this bullshit. You keep coming at me.
Greasiness.
Oh, it's a shame that you're not supporting a black woman. She's not black.
Facts.
She's Indian. She ain't black. Get out of here. Yeah, listen, I don't give a. Trust me, the sentiment on the street, in the real world, is a lot of people are not with this woman.
Facts.
They see right through her.
Yep.
And they're trying to blame it on
She's
black men, but
foo-foo, phony, fugazi, fugazi.
her neither. This is her again being disingenuous. First of all, black people don't wash no damn greens in no tub. How unsanitary are you to be washing collard greens in the tub and thinking that makes you more relatable? See, that's how.
Ugh.
On the street, in the real world, is a lot of people are not with this woman. They see right through her. And they're trying to blame it on black men, but no, I see a lot of black women that are not with her neither. This is her again being disingenuous. First of all, black people don't wash no damn greens in no tub.
Facts.
How unsanitary are you to be washing collard greens in a tub and thinking that makes you more relatable? See, that's how
Disgusting.
Stupid.
That is indubitably disgusting.
This is her again being disingenuous. First of all, black people don't wash no damn greens in no tub.
That is indubitably disgusting. That is indubitably disgusting. That is indubitably disgusting.
Yeah, listen, I don't give a. Trust me, the sentiment on the
she's pandering.
In the real world,
it is
a lot of people
pathetic.
With this woman. They see right through her.
Is
and they're trying to blame
pathetic.
Black men, but no, I see a lot of black women
that
are not
it
is
her
neither. This
pathetic.
Is her again being disingenuous. First of all,
is pathetic.
And they're trying to blame it on black men, but no, I see a lot of black women that are not with her neither. This is her again being disingenuous. First of all, black people don't wash no damn greens in no tub. How unsanitary are you to be washing collard greens in a tub and thinking that makes you more relatable?
Crazy.
See, that's how out of touch.
Detached.
Stupid.
Detached.
She thought she was giving a relatable story to make her seem black. Okay. Oh, they want me to cook their collard greens. They bring me all their collard greens in the neighborhood. I had so many greens. I had to wash them in the tub. You know? Just like she was in the better thank you, union member.
Funny,
Better
funny.
thank you, union member. You know, she talking all black, but then when
Crazy.
she get in front of the Spanish people, they said, I love you, Kamala. She said, I love you too. I love you too. Then when she gets in front of the white people, you know, you better thank your union member for everything that you have because, you know, union members are very, you know, they're part of the economy.
Goofy.
Like, who are you? Who are you?
Mm. Yeah, he's going in on the fake KH, the Fugazi KH.
With Honda, Car and Driver's most awarded brand in 10 best history.
Trump is all.
She's a conner. Her name is Kanala. Kanala. Because she cons people.
Union members are very, you know, they're part of the economy. Like,
She tricks, she deceives, she dupes
Trump is
people.
always Trump.
Facts.
I don't give a if you like him or not.
Word.
He's always him.
Real.
If he says he's gonna say some arrogant shit, yup.
Yep.
He's gonna say some arrogant shit. Sometimes he says some shit off the cuff.
Profane stuff.
He does do that.
Profane stuff. Profane stuff. Indecorous stuff. He's indecorous stuff. Profane, vulgar stuff. Indecorous stuff. Indecorous stuff. Indecorous-ish. 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 Indecorous-ish.
He's always true. You know, union members are very, you know, they're part of the economy. Like, who are you? Who are you? Trump is always Trump. I don't give a if you like him or not. He's always him. If he says he's gonna say some arrogant shit, yup. He's gonna say some arrogant shit. Sometimes he says some shit off the cuff, yup. He does do that. But this a smart businessman, and I hate the people that say, "Oh, he's been bankrupt this many times." That's what smart businessmen do. First of all, all companies are not made to last. Some companies are made to be disposable. But y'all don't know that because you're not a business people like that. You don't know, first of all, and people that are successful, you know how many failures they've had?
A lot.
In order to be successful?
A plenitude. A plenitude. A plenitude. A plenitude.
Like all people like that. You don't know, first of all, and people that are successful, you know how many failures they've had in order to be successful?
They say winners are not people who never fail. They are people who never quit. They never quit or give
Like,
up.
all your failures
They don't
prepare you for your
give
success.
up. They
Like,
never.
how
They
are you gonna say this guy's a
never.
failure and he became the
They
president?
never. They never give up.
People like that. You don't know, first of all, and people that are successful, you know how many failures they've had in order.
That quote was that quote was in the intro of Tech's song "What If It Was Me." That quote was in the intro of Tech's. That quote was in the intro of Tech Nina's "What If It Was Me" track. That quote was in the intro of Ninas, what if it was me track. That quote was in the intro of Tech Ninas, what if it was me track.
People like that. You don't know, first of all, and people that are successful, you know how many failures they've had in order to be successful? Like, all your failures prep you for your
Precede.
success.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
how are you going to say this man's a failure and he became the president of the United States?
The L's precede the dubs. The L's precede the dubs.
Yeah, that was perfectly stated. Perfectly stated.
You lose before you win.
I've been saying this.
You fail before you succeed. You fail before you succeed.
Don't think that. Yeah, that was perfectly stated. Perfectly stated. Could not have said it better myself, right? I've been saying this. I don't think that a lot of black people in the streets are effing with Kamala Harris, okay? I mean, I'm just saying, they're just not.
Word.
They're just not.
And sometimes there's a trend line now I never noticed before and make me go, whoa. This is one of them, right? This is the Democratic margin among black men under the age of 45 in presidential elections. You go back to November of 2012, what do you see? You see Obama by 81. Clinton only won him by 63. Then we're all the way down to Biden last time around by 53. A tremendous drop already. And then you take a look at the average of the most recent polls, and Kamala Harris is up by only 41 points. That is about half the margin that Obama won them by back in November of 2012. And
Word.
this, I think, is, when Barack Obama goes in last week when he was in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, essentially talking to young black men, he made it seem like it was a Kamala Harris specific problem. This is part of a long-standing trend of young black men moving away from the Democratic Party. And Kamala Harris is just the latest to face that magnitude of younger black men going towards the Republic.
That was what's most interesting here is the trend line and where some of the biggest drops happened or already happened in this case. How about black men overall?
How about black men overall? It's part of the same picture, We're looking once again at younger black men. It looks like the worst Democratic performance since 1960, since JFK versus Richard Nixon. It's the same thing among black men overall. Again, part of a similar trend, but here actually the drop-off isn't as dramatic, right? Barack Obama won him by 85, and you see 71 with Clinton, 69, Biden, basically the same thing, holding steady. But here, again, very, very weak. Only a 54-point margin. Now, again, still winning them by a large margin, but considerably lower than what we're used to. Certainly considerably lower what we had during the Obama years. The bottom line is Kamala Harris with younger black men and then black men overall putting in historically weak performance for a Democratic
Is she
candidate.
getting any relief with black women?
All right. So, we're talking about the trend line, right? And black women, look, she's doing better with black women than she is doing among black men. But here, there isn't a trend line almost until we get to Kamala Harris. So again, this is a margin among black women. Look, Obama won him by 93, very large margin. Clinton won him by 93, a very large margin. Biden did a little bit worse at 85. But then you look here, and you get a 71-point margin. Now again, these are large margins, but the bottom line is, when you're talking about the base of the Democratic Party, you would think that Kamala Harris would do very well among black women based upon history, and of course she would be the first black woman president, but she's actually doing the worst for a Democratic candidate among black women since 1960.
She's not authentic.
Now again, these are large margins, but the bottom line is, when you're talking about the base of the Democratic Party, you would think that Kamala Harris would do very well among black women based upon history, and of course she would be the first black woman president, but she's actually doing the worst for a Democratic candidate among black women since 1960, if this holds just.
She's not authentic. These people come out and say, oh, you got to support a sister. You got to support Kamala Harris because she's black. And it's like, well, again, that's very debatable. I mean, I feel like Candace Owens has done a number on Kamala Harris when it comes to those claims that she's making about being black. I think a lot of people, millions of people, have watched Candace Owens expose Kamala Harris, and people had questions before the Candace Owens exposure, right? And after the Candace Owens exposure, I'm basically almost convinced that Kamala Harris is not being honest about her ancestry, right? So with that being said,
Crazy.
playing the black card is just not going to work. But again,
Facts.
they play the black card because they don't have anything else. They don't have
Facts.
any real reasons why people should vote for
her. Yeah. You know, she had KH has flip flopped on so many things, bro. It is crazy.
So with that being said, playing the black
The
card is just not
defund,
going to work.
the
But again, they play
police,
the black
the
card because they don't have anything else. They don't have any real reasons why people
bruh.
should vote for
That
Kamala Harris
is
outside of her skin
one
color, right?
of
That's all
the
they
many
got.
things
That's all they got.
she
That
has
fearmongering.
flip flopped on. The defund, the police things. You know, she said the police should be defunded. She was in support of the defund the police movement. She was in support of the defund the police movement. She was in support of the defund the police movement. Then she changed. Then she changed and said she doesn't want the police to be defunded. She was in support of the defund the police movement. Then she changed and said the police should not be defunded. Crazy.
And people had
Fugazi,
questions
bro.
before the Candace Owens exposure, right? And after the Candace Owens exposure, I'm basically almost convinced that Kamala Harris is not being honest about her ancestry, right? So with that being said, playing the black card is just not going to work. But again,
Nope.
they play the black card because they don't have anything else. They don't have any real reasons why people should vote for Kamala Harris outside of her skin color, right? That's it. That's all they got.
And
That's all they got.
her sex.
Which is not going to work because under his first administration, he didn't do all these things. So
Facts.
you're exaggerating, right? You're exaggerating. It's all hyperbole. It's BS.
Bunk.
It's nonsense. Everybody knows that the country was in a much better place under Trump.
Word.
And ultimately, you're not going to be able to push enough propaganda to convince people
Dogma.
otherwise. You're just not going to,
Dogma.
right? This is why it's not working. But what they're going to do is that they're going to continue to ratchet up, right? They're going to continue to shame people.
Yep.
They're going to continue to call you a bigot. They're going to say you're sexist.
Slander.
Okay? They're going to continue to say,
Degrade, deprecate, all that, bro.
continue to ratchet up, right?
Because
they're going to continue to shame people.
you
They're going
are
to continue to call you a
not
bigot. They're going to say
a
you're sexist.
puppet.
Okay, they're going to continue to say that Trump was a Nazi, he's Hitler, he's a white supremacist. They're going to double and triple down on the fear mongering,
Goofy-ish.
okay, and the race hustling, thinking that that's going to help them win. But I just don't think that it's going to work. I think they've spammed the card too much. They spammed the Trump arrangement card and the race card too much. Notice how that's all they got. All they got now is the Trump arrangement card
Trash.
and the race card. That's it. You got to support Kamala because she's black. If you don't support Kamala, then you're big. Trump evil, right? Project 2025. Hitler, right? That's all they got. Because they can't run
Emotional
Kamala's record. They can't run
blackmail.
on the disasters.
They engage in emotional emotional blackmail.
Right? That's all they got. Because they can't run on the year bigger. Trump evil, right? Project 2025.
Stupid.
Hitler, right? That's all they got. Because they can't run on Kamala's record. They can't run
They
on
resort
the
to
disastrous
obloquy.
policies of the Biden administration.
because they can't give, or they, because because people don't blindly praise the policies.
In the race car. That's it. You gotta support Kamala because she's black. If you don't support Kamala, then you're bigot. Trump evil, right? Project 2025. Hitler, right? That's all they got. Because they can't run on Kamala's record. They can't run on the disastrous policies of the Biden administration. And everybody knows, again, that Trump's policies were just better. So again, when you can't compete on policy, this is what you do, right? And it's so funny how this works because
Low blows.
the